In our 7th year of marriage, she posted a cozy photo with her white moonlight, idealized past love, on social media, flaunting it. My new assistant, hot, right? Sweet too? I commented, you two look like a couple. The post was quickly deleted, and she called to scold me for being an idiot. Minutes later, that photo became his profile picture. I asked him, is this appropriate? He didn't hold back, openly taunting me, mind your own business. Lily doesn't care, so who do you think you are? Everyone seemed to forget, I'm the real owner of this company. Not taking it anymore. 1. Lily Roberts arrived home late at night. Not long before, she posted, being with him, I realized youth can truly be eternal. The picture showed them gazing deeply into each other's eyes, like a match made in heaven. Lily definitely knew I'd see it. She did it on purpose. Seeing me eating a late-night snack, she casually remarked, eating so late? Trying to get fat again? Usually, she'd stop me from eating takeout or even cook for me. But now, she didn't wait for my reply and went straight into the bathroom. Maybe my answer didn't matter anymore. Since we fell in love and got married, many outstanding men have appeared around her. But I knew, this time was different. After her shower, I was in the kitchen doing dishes. She came to me and said, the picture I posted was just for fun, you overreacted. Really? I glanced back at Lily. But that picture's his profile picture now. That's why I'm here, she said, a hint of disgust in her eyes. He just set a profile picture, and you threatened him? Don't you think you're going too far? Too far? I paused. Was I? The mistress brazenly made a picture of himself and my wife his profile picture, showing off publicly. And I couldn't say a word. Otherwise, I was threatening him? Maybe in Lily's eyes, I was going too far. I should stay silent, letting the mistress parade around. But I couldn't. Call him and apologize, okay? Before I could think, Lily handed me her cell phone, ordering me as usual. Maybe she didn't realize her actions were a complete trampling of my dignity. Or maybe she did, on purpose. 2. My heart was a tempest, but I calmly asked, the mistress is intimate with my wife, and I have to apologize to him? What are you talking about? Lily snapped. I see you haven't grown up at all these years. I don't want to argue. I'll dial the number, you apologize immediately. She's always been assertive and bossy. Back in school, she was the big sister, and nobody dared to mess with her. Later, she dropped out early and went out to work, fight, and trade goods. Anything to make money. And she made a name for herself, opening bars, restaurants. She became a local success. I, on the other hand, was orphaned and bullied. She protected me and put me through college. I'm grateful to her. After graduating, I married her and worked tirelessly for her business, almost losing my life once. Over the years, I've always done whatever she asked without complaint. In life, I always put her first. But this was different. I didn't agree. I refuse. I stared at Lily, my eyes cold. Since we got together, I'd almost never gone against her wishes. Especially after she got angry, I'd follow her instructions 100%. You wouldn't dare. She was furious. At the same time, the call connected. Hello? Lily? I'm washing your clothes. I didn't realize your lingerie was so cute. The voice on the phone made Lily's face change. A hint of nervousness appeared on her usually domineering face. It's not what you think. I was just drinking with him, and I accidentally spilled soup on my clothes, so I changed. I was going to throw them away. Watching Lily explain in a flustered way, I calmly took the phone and said, this is Kevin Harrison. You're fired from the company. David Smith wasn't afraid. He mocked me instead. Kevin, don't think you're all that. Who do you think you are? In name, you're Lily's husband. In reality, you're just a gigolo she keeps around. You have no right to give me orders. Only Lily can fire me. As for you, get lost. Facing his mockery and arrogance, I was surprisingly calm. Over the years, I'd been through so much to help Lily build the company, even almost died. These experiences had taught me to be unflappable. I calmly said, "You'll regret this." "Yeah, right, your little tricks might scare kids, but David Smith, ain't falling for it." David was tough. I was happy. Since the company got on track, my calm heart hadn't felt this way in a long time. I didn't argue with David. I handed the phone to Lily. "Fire him." Lily took the phone and said, "He's a secretary I had a hard time hiring, I can't fire him easily." "Then fire me?" I asked Lily. "You haven't grown up at all these years, still so petty." Lily yelled at me. "He's just a secretary, is it really that necessary?" Her yelling only made me calmer. In the calmest voice, I said something that terrified her. "Then, divorce?" 3. The room fell into complete silence, so quiet you could hear our breathing. She didn't expect me to say that. But it wasn't the first time. For years ago, the company was gaining traction. I told her to cut ties with the past, to stop hanging around with those shady people. But she didn't listen, and trouble came. I took a knife for her, almost dying. On the way to the emergency room, I held her hand. "If I die, then that's it. But if I survive, and you still don't cut ties with the past, then we're getting a divorce." She cried and promised me she'd do anything if I was okay. But things were different now. And I said divorce for the second time. I walked towards the bedroom. Behind me, I heard Lily yell, "Fine, divorce then." I flinched, gripped the doorknob, opened the door, and walked in. Leaning against the door, I heard her slam the door and leave. Bang! As the door slammed shut, it felt like a door in my heart slammed shut. T2. She was gone. I squatted in the corner and cried. The last time I cried was in school. Back then, I was an orphan and bullied, and I could only hide in a corner and cry. Lily walked up to me, all casual. "You're a man, why are you so weak? What are you crying for? If you get bullied, fight back." I didn't take her seriously, but she put her arm around my shoulder and started talking about Chow Chow, Han Xin, Lu Bang. For the first time, I thought a slacker was more cultured than me. I believed her, and then I got beaten up again. She saw me with a swollen nose and face and couldn't stop laughing. I laughed along like an idiot. But after that, those people weren't so blatant about bullying me anymore, because they knew I'd learned to fight for my dignity, that I wouldn't be taken advantage of anymore. I hadn't cried since then. Until now. Tears built up for 13 years, like a flood, out of control. For, the next day, I put on sunglasses to hide my swollen eyes and went to the office. Lily wasn't there. David saw me and sneered, "You actually came to the office? Want to fire me? Been a gigolo for too long, want to become the master? Who do you think you are? You clearly don't know your place. Good, this will only make Lily hate you more. I'm waiting for you to get divorced." His taunts reminded me of when the company was in crisis and I felt frustrated, and Lily comforted me. Like always, she put her arm around my shoulder and said, "Remember what Chow Chow said? Don't get angry at the enemy, anger will only lower your IQ. We need to save the anger for the enemy, let them be useless, angry, and roaring." I asked curiously, "Did Chow Chow say that?" Lily blinked. "That's the idea, just understand it." Whether Chow Chow actually said that, I don't know. But I really learned the lesson. I calmly looked at David. "Call Lily back, the board of directors is about to meet." "Call the board of directors?" David looked at me with ridicule. "You, a jerk, you want to call the board of directors? You really think you're someone?" I ignored him and went straight to the boardroom. I personally built and promoted the company behind the scenes. I brought in the funds. In fact, the big shots on the board of directors were investing in the company because of me. In the afternoon, news exploded in the company. Several major shareholders have formed a united front. They're calling a board of directors meeting to re-elect the chairman. Heard this move is big. In addition to re-electing the chairman, there will be some personnel adjustments. This meeting will determine the future direction of the company. When Lily arrived at the boardroom, she looked terrible. She sat across from me, staring at me with a cold face. Unsurprisingly, after a vote by most of the shareholders, I was successfully elected chairman of the board. I immediately made a series of personnel adjustments. Lily didn't say a word during the entire meeting, until I called David in. David saw me sitting in the chairman's seat, and his face was full of shock, turning pale. "You're fired from the company." I calmly looked at David and gave the order. David immediately turned to Lily for help. Lily stood up. Even being removed from the position of chairman, she didn't object. But this time, she said, "I object. David is a talent. The company should keep him." If it were in the past, seeing her protect someone else, I really would be jealous. But now, I was calmer than ever. "Since you object, then let's vote." Once we got to this stage, her objection was useless. Because I had the same percentage of shares as Lily, and now, several major shareholders were on my side. She was weak and alone, and her objection was ineffective. Facing this result, Lily didn't seem surprised. She didn't say anything and left the boardroom. I calmly watched her and David leave and continued with the meeting. After the meeting, several older shareholders walked up to me. "Little Kevin, no matter what, we definitely support you, but the conflict between you two should be handled properly. Don't let anyone take advantage and ruin the company." "Yeah, little Kevin, I still remember you kneeling in front of my house asking for investment for this company. Be careful." They were reminding me, not only for my sake but also for their own interests. I shook hands and thanked them one by one. When I got home that night, I smelled the familiar scent of cooking. Lily was busy cooking in the kitchen. I thought she'd disappear for a while, but she was actually at home cooking. I couldn't remember the last time she cooked at home. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3, or even longer. "5, you're back? Go wash your hands, dinner's ready." Lily brought out a dish, her tenderness felt familiar and foreign. I blurted out, "How's the divorce coming along?" Lily visibly tensed up, almost dropping the plate. She gently put down the plate, her smile forced. "People need to eat, let's eat first, then we'll have the strength to talk." "Okay." I washed my hands and sat at the table, watching her bustling in the kitchen. For some reason, my eyes were stinging. Maybe I hadn't cried enough last night, and some more tears came out. But my heart told me, in this moment, I felt a sense of warmth. I hadn't felt this way in years. After dinner, she poured me a cup of tea. "Next Wednesday is your birthday. I haven't celebrated your birthday in a long time. Next Wednesday, let's go out for a walk, take a vacation, okay?" I calmly looked at Lily. "After a long time," I said, "about the divorce. Can we not divorce?" Lily grabbed my hand. I could feel her nervousness, even a slight tremble. She was usually a calm and composed career woman. I hadn't seen her so flustered in a long time. The last time she was this flustered was when I was pushed into the emergency room on the verge of death. I don't know what string in my heart Lily pulled again, but I agreed. "Okay, next Wednesday. I'll go with you." I was busy with the company, but on Wednesday, I still put aside all business and got into Lily's car early. She even dressed up for me today, even wearing that old school uniform. Looking at her driving, it felt like going back to those youthful years. Thinking about the past, I said, "You should still be the president of the company, that's more appropriate." Lily smiled at me. "Today is just to celebrate your birthday, just you and me, let's not talk about anything else, okay?" "Okay." I calmly agreed. But my heart was churning. I hadn't felt this way in a long time. If it could always be like this, how great would that be? Just as the car stopped at Swan Lake Resort, Lily's phone rang. I clearly saw the caller ID note, "Baby." A long time ago, this note only belonged to me. It wasn't now. I knew who it was. Lily saw my eyes and panicked. Answer it. You're distracted. If you don't answer this call, you probably won't be in the mood all day, right?" I calmly looked at Lily. She was silent for a few seconds, then answered the phone. "Lily, I'm so lonely right now. Can you come be with me?" Lily opened her mouth, finally saying, "I'm busy today, I can't come." But that guy fired me and squeezed you out of the company's core circle. Shouldn't you be just as depressed as me right now? David vented his anger on the phone, then said gently, Lily, come be with me. I'm too miserable without you. I'm afraid I'll do something stupid. You know I have depression. Lily panicked, cautiously watching me. Seeing my cold eyes, her face looked terrible. David's voice came from the phone again, like a final announcement. Lily, I know it's his birthday today, but if you don't come see me, you might never see me again. Click, the phone hung up. Lily, who was usually unflappable, was trembling. Her behavior made the gap that had just appeared in my heart close again, sealed shut. I leaned back in the passenger seat, closed my eyes. Go, maybe he really will do something stupid. If you miss it, it could be forever. Thank you for understanding me. I'll be right back. Lily looked at me, her eyes firm. I'll definitely be back. Her answer made me completely despair. I actually meant two things. Missing it, it could be forever, that forever could be David, or it could be me. And her choice was David. I got out of the car. Watching her drive away, I said quietly, don't bother coming back. 6. I spent the whole day alone at the resort. She really didn't come back. Until late at night, she sent me a message. Are you there? No. Don't be so petty. David has depression. I'm just afraid he'll do something stupid. Lily explained a lot. Messages kept coming in, but I didn't bother reading them. David might do something stupid. Didn't she worry about me doing something stupid? She didn't come back all night. I shouldn't have had expectations. It was my fault for not letting go. And this time, she made the choice. Maybe I really could let go. A month later, I partnered with Huanan Capital to get a huge 5-year order for the company. This was enough to ensure the company could survive for 5 years without worrying about performance, even without any other business. To celebrate, the company held a celebration banquet. But to everyone's surprise, David Smith, who had been fired, actually showed up at the party. He even took the microphone, stood in the center of the stage, looking at me with a face full of provocation, and said, Lily Roberts, this man isn't worth entrusting your life to. Then he looked at Lily with deep affection. Promise me, break up with him, you should be with me. Seeing David making a scene, the company's people looked terrible, and someone immediately went to drive him away. But I stopped them. I looked at Lily and said, since the atmosphere is already like this, why don't you go with him? Everyone was shocked by my words. Even David was surprised, looking at me. The scene fell into complete silence. I stared at Lily. She was also looking at me in disbelief. In that instant, at least 10 different expressions appeared on her face. 7. In that instant, at least 10 different expressions flashed across Lily Roberts' face. Nervousness, panic, shock, fear, confusion. Maybe she didn't expect me to do this in public. What did you just say? Lily looked at me. Maybe she couldn't believe what she had heard was real. I walked up to Lily. What's the point of being together in name only? Instead of being together so miserably, I might as well let you be free. I dropped those words, ignored the shocked gazes around me, and strode out of the celebration banquet. In the hallway, Lily chased after me. She came to me, grabbed me, and then slapped me. Take back what you said. Not this time. I looked at Lily calmly. My words were soft, but firm. Lily's face was full of fear, and a tear slid down her cheek as she roared at me. I don't agree with you being so bossy. I want you to take back that sentence. Then, Lily hit and punched me. I silently endured everything she did until she stopped. If you're tired, go home early. I'll find a lawyer to handle the divorce. I turned to leave. Behind me came Lily's heartbreaking cries. She had never been this embarrassed. But I had been this embarrassed many times. 8. I didn't go back to the home I shared with Lily, but went to a villa I had recently purchased. There was a nanny at the house, and everything was quiet. She wasn't around anymore. I didn't have to worry about her suddenly appearing. But I was wrong. That night, Lily found me here. How did you find this place? I asked. But she kept a cold face, not saying a word. She took off her clothes and went to the bathroom. Looking at the tattoo on her back, my heart was stabbed again. That year, she was injured protecting me, and later she tattooed over the wound. I asked her if the tattoo hurt. She said, "It hurts, but it's so you remember how good I am to you for the rest of your life. People make mistakes, and so will I. In the future, no matter what mistake I make, as long as you see it, you have to forgive me unconditionally. Do you promise me?" I was extremely touched at the time and nodded in agreement. "I promise." Lily smiled and held out her hand. "Pinky swear it will never change for 100 years." Thinking of these things, the stabbing pain in my heart grew stronger. I don't know when Lily came out of the bathroom. She came to me. "Where's the bedroom?" I looked upstairs, but didn't say anything. She wrapped her arms around my neck and said softly, "There are no grudges overnight between husband and wife, no matter how big the matter, it will pass." Then she put my hands on her waist and said gently, "Hold me, let's go to the bedroom." Seeing that I didn't move, she whispered in my ear, "Believe me, I've completely broken up with David Smith." She shouldn't have mentioned that name. Mentioning that name made me recoil. I pushed her away and shook my head. "You won't break up with him. We've been together for 13 years, and you don't trust me that much?" Lily stared at me. I don't know why. When she mentioned the 13 years of relationship, I couldn't face it anymore. I avoided her gaze and said softly, "You won't, you really won't." Lily took the initiative again, leaned into my arms and said, "Just trust me this once, the last time." I was silent. I gave in to her. 9. In the middle of the night, she told me in my arms that she didn't want to work anymore. She said, "From now on, I'll take care of the home, and you take care of the outside. I also want to be a good wife and mother, we should have a child." 13 years. We still didn't have children. Because she had an accident when she was earning money to put me through college, and her uterus was seriously injured, and she was infertile ever since. I've already contacted them. There's a pair of twins at the hospital, a boy and a girl. Both children were abandoned by their parents after they were born. Let's adopt them? Lily looked at me expectantly. Adopting children, this was her determination to be a good wife and mother. I was silent for a long time. I agreed to her. We adopted the abandoned babies. Because we had no experience, we were flustered, and finally had to hire a nanny. Life changed, and the family experienced a long-lost joy. And she really changed a lot. She often cooked at home, tirelessly packing meals and sending them to me at the company. Once, it was pouring rain, and I thought she wouldn't come. But she still showed up in the rain. She no longer entered the company, nor did she disturb my work, but gave the things to a colleague to pass on to me. For a while, many people in the company were envious of me. But unexpectedly, just a month later, I received a photo from a friend of Lily and David Smith walking together on the street. In the photo, the two were walking together, smiling at each other. They smiled sweetly and intimately. I looked at it for a long time before putting down my cell phone. I walked to the window and looked at the street outside the company building. I fell into deep thought, but this time, there was no more stinging feeling. Maybe it was because I was already numb. I found a lawyer and asked him to draft a divorce agreement. I also found a colleague and asked him to rent a room for me in a neighborhood that I didn't even know the name of. This time, I was really going to leave. 10. I spent a month alone in the 60-square-meter apartment. Lily called me many times every day. In the past, my heart would have been touched. But now, no matter what she said, I no longer felt anything. Until she sent a message, "I am willing to divorce, but we must talk face to face." Seeing this message, I actually felt a sense of relief. As soon as I got home, I heard babies crying inside. Following the sound, I came upstairs. Lily was taking care of the two children. She looked very haggard. A few silver hairs even appeared on her originally black and shiny hair, and they were so obvious. Maybe I was just a cheap bone in this life. I thought I wouldn't feel anything anymore. Until I saw her in person, I was touched again. There was some surprise, some joy, and some bewilderment and panic in her eyes. It was very complicated. So complicated that I couldn't understand it. Wait a moment, the children are almost asleep, Lily said softly. I nodded and walked to the cradle, looking at the 2 children I and Lily had adopted. They were so cute and so innocent. Like, when I was bullied and met Lily. At that time, we were also innocent. We did a lot of things together. Our first dine and dash. Our first time watching the sunrise. Our first time counting the stars in the sky in a naive way. Our first time holding hands. Our first kiss. We gave each other so many firsts. And now, 13 years have passed. It seems that we are no longer who we used to be. 11. After lulling the children to sleep, Lily and I went to the balcony. She handed me a cigarette. Looking at the cigarette, I frowned slightly. I quit a long time ago. In the past, she smoked, fought, drank. I hoped that she would at least stop smoking and fighting. We argued about it countless times. Then I resolved to quit smoking with her. But before quitting, I had to learn how to smoke first. It took her 3 whole years to truly quit. To celebrate her success, we even held a special celebration, designating that day as our own quit smoking day. And now, she's lit up a cigarette again. When did you start again? I asked. Since your lawyer delivered the divorce papers, Lily Roberts exhaled a heart-shaped smoke ring. She was good at that. In those youthful days, she even teased me that way, making me suffer terribly. I looked at her calmly. Do you have any additional conditions? Lily Roberts paused slightly. She turned and looked to the distance. You misunderstood me. That time I was with him, it was just to say a final goodbye. I shook my head. It doesn't mean anything to say that now, does it? She was silent. Until she put out the cigarette, she looked at me and asked, Can we not get divorced? No. I was very firm. And very calm. As if talking about a trivial matter. In that instant, her eyes became a little red. Is there really no room for maneuver? We've been together for 13 years, No. Before she could finish, I interrupted her, saying, instead of thinking about these things, you might as well consider adding some clauses to the divorce papers that are beneficial to you. I will consider them carefully and try to satisfy you. I knew it would be like this. Tears streamed down her cheeks. She turned and went inside. I followed her. We went to the safe, took out a notebook from it, and handed it to me. Haven't you always wanted to see my notebook? Now I'm giving it to you. I won't write any more notes in the future. Looking at the notebook, I was once again touched by the scene. She used to be a terrible student who didn't like to study, but she insisted on writing notes every day. Now, she had written many notebooks. In the safe in front of me, there were no other valuables, only her notebooks. I was always curious and wanted to know what she wrote about every day. But she said it was her privacy and I couldn't invade it. She also said that if we ever broke up, maybe I would see her notes. Now, her words had come true. I was silent for a long time, hesitating whether to open the notebook. Lily Roberts saw that I hadn't spoken for a long time, and she said, Remember what I said to you the time you got beaten up? Which time? I asked. Only cowardly men are afraid to face reality. Lily Roberts dropped these words, turned and left, leaving me alone to face her notebook. I took a deep breath. My life has always been influenced by her. Always. Did I make her? Or did she make me? At this moment, I understood, it was her. If it weren't for her, there wouldn't be the me that followed, and I wouldn't have made her the president of the group. So she came first, and I came later. She made me. I went to the sofa and sat down, opening the notebook. July 17th, sunny. Saw him again. He's really cute in the sunlight. I like him so much. But he's cowardly and got beaten up again. What should I do? July 18th, cloudy. He seems to have been beaten up again. I heard he's an orphan, so his classmates look down on him and bully him often. I want to protect him, but how can I do that? July 29th, sunny. I know how to protect him now. I should make everyone afraid of me, so I can protect him. And wouldn't that be cool? Would it attract his attention? Never mind. I've decided, that's what I'll do. Wait for me, baby, you're mine forever. Looking at these short notes, a long-lost stinging sensation appeared in my heart. I once thought she was just a bad student, but now I understand that 13 years ago, she became a bad student for me. The calm in my heart, which I thought I had, stirred again. I continued to read the notes. August 2nd, rainy. What to do? He's doing great in school and got into a key university, but he's an orphan and doesn't have the money to continue his studies. I'm so worried about him. If he can't go to university, he'll regret it for the rest of his life, right? August 5th, rainy. I didn't expect him to be like this. He actually yelled at me. He's never been so rude before. This is the first time. Although I got yelled at, I'm happy. That's how my man should be. He must still be upset about going to university. Never mind. I've decided, whether I work in a factory screwing on bolts or wait tables in a restaurant, anyway, I want him to go to university. His life can't have any regrets. Tears blurred my eyes. I finally knew why she never let me see her notes. It wasn't that she couldn't share these secrets, she was afraid I would cry. After a long time, I opened the second notebook. February 7th, snowy. Damn it, this stupid idiot, it's almost New Year's, and he actually got someone to smash my place and hit my left arm. No, I have to endure it. I can't let him see. He needs to study hard in college and can't be distracted by my affairs. I'm looking forward to spending New Year's with him. I can see him in a few days. I wonder if he's having a hard time working there, or if he's tired. I'm bleeding too much. I can't write today. That's it. May 3rd, sunny. I was wrong. This should have been his happy vacation. I shouldn't have taken him with me. God, please, you must let him wake up. I'm willing to trade my life for him to live. Third notebook, June 28th, sunny. He finally graduated. I'm so happy. I drank with him, but he started to dislike me for smoking and drinking. I want to quit, but I run a bar and a restaurant now. I need to socialize with all kinds of people. What should I do? Will he leave me because of this? Yes, he graduated from university. He has a bright future. He's a high achiever. And a girl like me probably doesn't deserve him. Maybe I really should let go and let him have a better future. But I can't bear to let go. September 14th, rainy. You're great. You deserve to be my high achiever. You helped me manage the bar. The accounts are clear and organized. With you, I'm really relieved. We will have a better future. November 2nd, sunny. I didn't expect it to be so fast. We own our own company, and he even found the first investment. I really underestimated him. He's right. I shouldn't walk the old path. I should get on the right track and say goodbye to the dirty past completely. He's very domineering now. He's no longer my little cutie, but my big cutie. Fourth notebook, July 6th, cloudy to partly cloudy. The company encountered the biggest trouble. He knelt at Mr. Thompson's house, and I could only watch helplessly. Fortunately, he and Mr. Thompson and Mr. Williams cleaned up the mess in the end. My baby has grown up. He can stand on his own now, but he doesn't want to stand in front. He still likes to push me out every time. I don't know why he's like this. I also want to be a simple housewife. September 17th, cloudy. It's terrible. I haven't gotten pregnant for so many years. I thought it was my problem. But the doctor said it was because of him. His body, should I tell him? No, he definitely won't be able to accept it. After all, he's already my towering tree now. Okay, I'll bear it all. It's me who can't get pregnant, not his fault. As long as he's happy. Fifth notebook, February 11th, snowy. It's New Year's. I wished to quit the company, but he didn't agree. Actually, I'm very clear that I'm not the material to run a company. He's handling everything. Without him, I'm nothing. I know he wants to repay me and give me everything, but he doesn't know that's not what I want. All I want is to be with him and have a happy family. That's all. March 3rd, the weather is not good. I felt unwell and went to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor told me I had cancer. Should I tell him? No, I want to leave him all the good things. He should come out and stand on his own. March 12th, rainy. My plan has begun. He got jealous when he saw me with someone else. I'm happy, but I feel sorry for him. But I have to endure it. I want him to be the president of the company. This should all belong to him. Man, you have to work hard. February 7th, snowy. The plan has been in progress for a year. Why is he still enduring it? Am I not doing enough? But I feel like I've already let him down so much. This year, we're not together for the first time. I'm very uncomfortable. It's so cold. May 9th, sunny. He's really angry this time. David Smith made him unable to hold back any longer. My plan is about to succeed. But I'm scared. I'm afraid I'll lose him. But I have to persevere. He shouldn't be behind the scenes. All this glow. Should belong to him. He has the ability. June 6th, sunny. He was really domineering today. He had the final say in the board of directors. My man finally stood up. I'm happy. July 1st, sunny. The thing I was afraid of still happened. He wants to divorce me, and I really deserve to die. I even seem to have developed real feelings for the actor I hired. If we get divorced, I don't blame him. It's just that there are still many regrets between us. We still have many dreams that have not been realized. September 6th, rainy. The divorce papers still arrived. He must be completely disappointed in me, right? But I'm really relieved to see him become a domineering CEO now. It's worth it to be with you for 13 years in this life. I hope you can be happy every day without me. Love you, baby. I threw down the notebook and rushed to the bedroom. She was already asleep, with 2 empty bottles of sleeping pills next to her. There was a note on her hand, baby, goodbye. I really can't stand the pain of the illness. Leaving is the best choice for me. Don't even think about coming to find me. Only cowardly people are afraid to face reality. You're already a domineering CEO now. You can face everything, right? You live on, and you live on with my will. Take care of our child. In this life, we will never meet again. Love you, baby. I broke down completely. It turns out I've been in debt to her all my life. I've been in her embrace all my life. And she never wants to see me again.